Okay, so I've never actually successfully made one of these videos before. I've done a couple of attempts before, but let's see if this one works now, where it actually comes out halfway decent and is releasable. So here I am at 4:30 in the afternoon, and finally the bloody thing has arrived. Now, I've been avoiding Twitter and YouTube comments on my new videos for the last like 3-4 days to avoid spoilers, anything more substantive than this character has a chapter. And here it is finally. This big bad mother, this big box. Obviously, you can tell from the stuff back there that I have a nice big collection. I'm currently spotting to put it here with the Liu Kang stuff. I will make a video about my collection sometime soon. But for right now, this bad boy. Right off the bat, the actual packaging is very different from the MK11 and 11 Ultimate ones, because those ones were big black boxes. You can't really see it that well, but and you can tell this thing is about as tall, but it's like half as wide, which is very good for space, because I'm the kind of person who keeps the boxes just in case, and you never know what might go wrong. But, you know, nice white and gold. I think that's a very nice look for, you know, a colour scheme for this kind of thing. It makes it look very nice, and it helps distinguish it from what we had for MK11, where it was black and gold, which helps to convey the new era thing. Although it is funny having the logo in gold, because that was the colour scheme for MK11's logo, and remember, this is the exact same logo, just with one of the ones taken out. So that's funny. One step forward and one step back, which is better than NetherRealm usually does. Then we have the back, which is, it's doing that thing where, see here, move you. So here you can see, story cutscene. I'm sure we won't see that much of the frame in the actual cutscene because they have the stupid thing with the letterboxing. But then there's Sub-Zero again. It's a minor thing, but it always bugs me when boxes do that, where they'll show a certain character multiple times. I mean, pretty sure that's even Scorpion down there. So we've Scorpion, Sub-Zero twice on the box each. The Katana and Melina, because why not? Then here's the big thing this is all made for. This big collectible figure of Liu Kang, which is made by the same people who designed this Scorpion. Remember this from MKX? It's the same people, and that's why it has the similar angular kind of monochrome style to it. They went back to those guys rather than whoever did those big helmets. They're up there. Trust me, bro. They're up there. So now, onto the box. So, that's a cool dragon. It's cool seeing MK dragons where it's not the MK dragon. You know, I think this is based on Liu Kang's arm tattoos. I'm pretty sure that is the case. So we're going to get started and open up this thing. Oh, it's very awkward. I should hire a professional cameraman for this kind of thing. It's the first thing you see, the poster that is based on the figure. Unusual proportions, but pretty cool. Although it is funny because when you got just the bandana and like it's zoomed in, it kind of looks like Nightwolf. Then you get your collector's edition Liu Kang skin, which is based on the statue, which is exclusive to this. Hopefully they'll release it later. Then you have the game. I think it is white and blue by default, so this is white and gold instead. Same stuff on the back. Then you get the disc. This is surprisingly heavy because, oh my god. So you get the Shang Tsung. Oh yeah, the collector's edition Dragon Crystals, Kombat Pack 1, and then your basic little pseudo manual that just... This is a lot of stuff. I was actually concerned at first when I was lifting this and feeling how heavy it was. I was thinking, is this thing like 2 discs or something? Because there are a few games that are 2 discs, but I guess that would be, if it was a PS4 version, that might be the case. Well, this game isn't on PS4, but they put it on the Switch. A way less powerful system, which is bizarre. So then comes the steel case. So, again, very nice dragons. This is better than the steel cases that you got with MKX and 11 and that. It's too much of a hassle to go out and get them, but they are black. Just black, but they'll have like an indent of the dragon logo so you can put the magnet on. In the case of the MK11 ones, it's very basic. And there you have the dragon logo, the new dragon logo that is a little too similar to the movie version for my taste. The dragon statue background, which I'm pretty sure that is based on the Dragon Grotto statue from MK11, but that's what you see on the main menu. I'm sure there'll be some kind of actual story thing for it, but this is a very nice, you know, nice and shiny. It's got like... Eastern dragons are very hard to make look lame, I find. They tend to look very, very good. And I appreciate also that the foam here has these holes in to make it easy to lift, because, oh golly gee, come on, I can do this. And here it is, the big mother himself, Liu Kang. Now this is This has the, honestly, just look at the base and the size of it. It's like the Game Awards type award, you know? It's like, oh, here's the Mortal Kombat Awards for the best MK content creators. It's a shame that there's no magnet with this one, because here you got the indentation for the dragon logo. If we had had, like, say, a red one to go along with the Scorpion Sub-Zero gold and blue magnets, there's a slot on the front of the helmets as well on their stands to put them. So imagine one of these but in red, and it's in the shape of the dragon logo. And it's even the same size as well. It's just, that would have been really cool, just to add a nice little bit of extra colour to this design. Really helps sell the red, because again, it's one of those monochrome. It's black, white, grey, but with red to it. Now, I don't know what about this design it is, but it reminds me of Sifu. I don't know why. I think it's because like it's slightly angular. It kind of matches the art style of that game a little bit. I'm not sure what exactly I was expecting size-wise. I've actually had to rearrange some stuff in the MK collection over there to make more space here. So if you've seen in the background of Combat Kings, you might notice that that shelf is just above Scorpion Sub-Zero's heads now, as opposed to being a bit further up. But I needed that space for this to fit in. Yeah, this is actually really neat, because I kind of got this not because it looked amazing. I initially actually pre-ordered not this. I was going to go just for a normal edition, but then thought, I have a bit of an addictive personality with collecting stuff like this. Plus, it's the hero of the franchise, you know. I'm sick of MK stuff, like collectibles, like the big pieces, always being, you know, Scorpion, Sub-Zero. And like, Liu Kang gets a lot of stuff as well. I mean, plenty of Liu Kang stuff there. He gets a lot as well, but there's nothing this big for him, at least not in probably 20 years. Fortunately, one thing that I think helps this is the fact that they have reverted his colour scheme, because in MKX, the design for Fire God Liu Kang was very much an amalgamation of Raiden and Liu Kang. He had grey hair, halfway between the black hair of Liu Kang, the white hair of Raiden. His colour scheme was black and blue. But with this game, they reverted him more to a more classic colour scheme, which makes sense. It's the default look for the character. You make it a bit more classic compared to the special event that it was in the last game. This would look a lot less cool if the bandana and the sash were blue. But because it's red, it's very, very Liu Kang. It works a lot. I do kind of wish the dragons were a different colour. You know, if they were green like his classic colour scheme, or if they were gold, kind of match the Elder Gods when they're in dragon form. Or, of course, what he has with that fatality. I mean, this is kind of reflective of his fatality that we saw in that very first reveal trailer. Blue and red fire dragons, well, blue and orange, come up and like do all that stuff to the opponent before he smashes their face off. For the monochrome stuff, onyx-coloured, stone-looking dragons was probably the best fit for this. It makes sense if you're going to go for something like this with a monochromatic colour scheme, that unless the character has particularly light or dark skin, you give them a grey tone. That works, but it means that the tattoos don't stand out as much. They're white, and so when you also have the white bandages, it doesn't stand out as much. Which I wonder if that was part of the actual intention with the design, that they were trying to make it blend in a bit more, because the tattoos, I think they were more blue in MK11, but here they are very white, and he has white hair. The top is actually white in the game, or a very light grey. But yeah, I think this is actually one of Liu Kang's best designs. I would say it's probably my favourite design for him in the NetherRealm era, aside from the default from MK9, because that was like probably the best his classic iconic style has ever looked. They added just enough little details to make it look really good. The one in MK11 was a bit basic, kind of more like what you had in Shaolin Monks or actual MK2 and 3. But this is a really good design, and I'm eager to see what this will look like in the game. I'll have to get some footage of it to show alongside this as well. Will he look like a statue? Will he have his normal colour scheme, or will he have grey skin? I'm sure you know before you've reached this point in the video. But this is a very cool little statue. I accept this award as the best MK content creator. I would like to thank the Academy, the Wuxi Academy, of course. I'd like to thank my co-hosts on the Combat Kings. I'd like to thank my ancestor, Francis Drake from Fate Grand Order. Proportionally, I think these are about the same, so they do kind of work as a duo, which kind of makes me want to see another one of these. Not necessarily for the next game or for MK1 Ultimate, but I think another one of these, ideally with a blue. Not necessarily Sub-Zero. I think Raiden would be a solid one to pick. A nice grey and white Raiden. Blue lightning. The parts of his outfit that are normally blue are still blue. Maybe blue around the eyes, you know, something like that. It's actually a lot better than I thought it would be, and it's also quite lightweight. So I do worry a little about it possibly breaking, but this is pretty sweet. And so now, finally, I can actually get around to playing this game, getting through the story, and then I can check Twitter and YouTube and stuff and go, hey, how long is this going to take to install, though? Because some games take a billion years. I was able to make the entire video in the time it took for this to not even reach 50%. I am crying. Normalize including a digital copy in your £200 plus collector's edition fudge you. If you want to know what my actual thoughts on the game are, I'm likely going to have a basic video explaining briefly, here's what I thought of the story. I'll talk about it on the Kombat Kings. We'll probably be recording that next week. Yeah, you know, so you won't have to wait long to find out what I think of the game. But this special edition, I think the stuff you get so far is very good. I can't comment on the quality of the skin. I might add something at the end to say what I think of that. Probably a bit much in terms of price. I think it was more expensive than the big helmets. It's one of the things that put me off getting it originally, but, you know, again, addictive personality. I'm going to get this set up over there and then show you what my cool Liu Kang section looks like with Fire God Liu Kang finally in place, ready to show these foolish mortals what he's all about. Take care.